Better Call Saul will end this year, leaving fans wanting more. So Ranker chose 10 movies and shows that Better Call Saul fans will enjoy. Better Call Saul, which centers on the origin story of the infamous Saul Goodman when he was a struggling attorney named Jimmy McGill, has received an insane amount of praise. Now, stay tuned to find out. First up, in no particular order, the iconic true crime show Dexter that took the world by storm for years. Few shows have combined such dark humor with such a compelling and haunting story as Dexter, which follows a forensic analyst who is also a serial killer who targets other criminals. Dexter, played by Michael C. Hall with a deliciously sinister edge, is one of the most morally complex and deeply tragic heroes on television, as he satisfies sadistic urges by using them for justice. At least in his head, Dexter is a hero for the ages for anyone who has been enamored with Saul Goodman and his twisted morality. Not only that, but the series' infamous depictions of violence push the boundaries of TV in general, paving the way for other similar shows like Better Call Saul. Secondly, True Detective. True Detective, which is one of HBO's most disturbing yet compelling shows, debuted in 2014 and quickly became a fan favorite. Have you seen it? True Detective was a philosophical show that explored the darkest parts of the human psyche. It was an anthology crime drama that followed different sets of detectives hunting down sadistic killers. More than its technical merits, including an iconic one-take show in season 1, fans on Ranker may remember the show for Matthew McConaughey's haunting performance as one of True Detective's best characters, Detective Rust Cole, a man who is constantly forced to stare into the abyss of the criminal mind and decide whether to walk away or dive in. True Detective will satisfy fans who have seen Saul Goodman walk a similar path. Thirdly, if you can't get enough of Better Call Saul, we highly recommend checking out The Good Fight. The Good Fight is another legal drama that will keep you watching because of its strong cast and sharp writing. The Good Fight, a spin-off of The Good Wife, has spent several seasons tackling hot-button issues while dishing out some of the best interpersonal drama on television. Come for the legal thrills, but stay for Delroy Lindo and Christine Baranski's Emmy-winning performances, bringing a twisted take on current events to life. Fourth on the list, the iconic Boardwalk Empire series. Boardwalk Empire appears to have gotten a little lost in time, but nevertheless, it's a great pick. Now, it never quite lived up to the expectations. It was ultimately overshadowed, ironically, by Breaking Bad, which debuted around the same time. But make no mistake, Boardwalk Empire belongs among the TV greats, and its never-ending tension and moving its shift to more social mores during the 1920s Prohibition era makes it a good fit for any Better Call Saul fan. Fifth, Dexter, New Blood, that you need to watch. Did you absolutely love Dexter? Well, luckily, it has returned for a reboot. Dexter returns with a new season, years after the original series ended, probably to remind us just how obsessed we were with the presentable serial killer in the first place. Dexter New Blood picks up about 10 years after the last time we saw the iconic character. Now Dexter is living in a small town, dating a cop and dormant with his dark passenger. However, when his son unexpectedly appears, he decides to confront his troubled past once and for all. What possibly could go wrong? As it turns out, quite a bit. Next up, and sixth on our list, is Lupin. This engrossing Netflix series follows Arsène Diop, a world-famous gentleman thief, in a retelling of the classic story about Arsène Lupin. When the action begins, he is looking to avenge his father's death by punishing those who were to blame. Arsène may have enough charisma and talent to pull it off. Lupin is the type of show you'll want to tell your friends about because it's suspenseful and slick. It helps that Omar Sy is a joy to watch in the lead role. This list simply wouldn't be complete without Narcos. Netflix's Narcos could not be a better fit for those who were completely invested in the cartel dramas Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Based on the true criminal exploits of Pablo Escobar, Narcos follows the DEA's attempts to outmaneuver and eventually capture one of the world's most notorious criminals. While Narcos has a lot going for it, from historical accuracy to cold-blooded depictions of gang violence, Wagner Moura's portrayal of Pablo Escobar is its crowning achievement. Escobar, who saw himself as a hero of the common people, is a heinous figure who is also all too human. He was a man of incredible arrogance and intense hubris, which Wagner plays to perfection. Ozark is also a great true crime show. Ozark, one of the best entries, follows a family man who is secretly a money launderer for the cartel after being forced to flee to the Ozarks with his dysfunctional family. While there is a healthy dose of dark humor thanks to Jason Bateman's impeccable timing, the majority of Ozark is simply dark. The Ozarks provide the ideal setting for this gruesome scene, creating a genuine sense of dread. Any Better Call Saul fan knows how important the desert landscapes of Santa Fe were to perfecting the show's look, and Ozark clearly learned that lesson. And of course, how could we not include Breaking Bad? It's not surprising that fans of Better Call Saul recommend its parent show. Breaking Bad not only spawned Better Call Saul as a spin-off, but it was also where Vince Gilligan perfected his idea for the show. Breaking Bad is the most acclaimed television show in American history, centered on a high school chemistry teacher who sells meth with a former student after being diagnosed with cancer. Everything about Breaking Bad, from Walter White's tragic but villainous character arc to the writing's ingenuity, has elevated it to the pantheon of all-time greats and is required viewing for any Better Call Saul fan. Furthermore, in Breaking Bad, Saul Goodman is at his nastiest and sleaziest, but also at his funniest. It's no surprise that the character was so popular that he even received his own show. Now, onto the honorable mention, of course. Firstly, you'll need to check out Billions. Billions is a series that follows both lawmakers along with hedge fund elites as they exploit, restrict, and gain power, influence, and wealth. Despite how it sounds, Billions is in fact funny, outrageous, and smart, managing to ground all of its outrageous moments in good character work that's bolstered by a truly outstanding cast, led by Paul Giamatti, Damian Lewis, and more recently, Corey Stoll. If you enjoy watching Jimmy McGill scheming or spinning a yarn in court, you'll enjoy watching Paul Giamatti chew scenery as United States Attorney Chuck Rhodes, a man who will do anything for justice. Another great show is Elementary. Elementary, a modern take on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's classic character, sees Sherlock Holmes relocate to New York and assist the NYPD in solving difficult cases with the assistance of Joan Watson, a former surgeon. Watson appears as a sober companion because Sherlock is an addict who struggles to maintain his sobriety throughout the series. Their bond grows stronger, blossoming into a fruitful partnership. At first glance, Elementary appears to be a traditional procedural, but the series earns extra points for emphasizing the special bond that exists between Sherlock and Watson. Furthermore, the episodic mysteries are more complex than your average crime show, and Sherlock's battle with addiction is truly inspirational. Next up, Luther. Idris Elba plays the titular character, a highly intelligent but impulsive detective who employs a variety of skills to track down criminals. In Season 1, he becomes entangled in a psychological cat-and-mouse game between detective and criminal, which, to the delight of viewers, takes a toll on his sanity. Luther, a gritty crime drama, is visually stunning and benefits greatly from Elba's powerful performance as a tortured detective. The show transcends its genre by portraying the main character in a complex and endearing way. Don't worry, the plot is equally engrossing. And finally, Mindhunter. If you want to see what goes on behind the scenes and figure out what makes killers tick, this is the show for you. Mindhunter is set in the late 1970s and follows two FBI agents as they attempt to understand and apprehend serial killers by studying their minds. The series, based on a true crime book, follows the agents who established the FBI's behavioral science unit and pioneered the development of what we now know as serial killer profiling. Pretty interesting, right? Aside from the fictional series' historical significance, Mindhunter keeps viewers engaged with amazing visuals and chilling interviews with prolific serial killers, which all happen to be creepily based on real people. It's entertaining to watch the two leads struggle with bureaucratic obstacles. And there you have it, everything you need to know about true crime series that are similar to Better Call Saul that you simply must binge watch. Now make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. And as always, thanks for watching.